Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to day 6 here on Killer Rat Week 2. I am your host, Mood616, and thank you once again for stopping in. Alrighty, so guys, day 6 is here, and it has brought a remake of a film that I did earlier in the week, I believe on day 2. And, this is the remake that came out in 2003 of the 1971 original film called Willard. Willard was directed by Glenn Morgan. He went on to direct the Black Christmas remake, I believe about 3 years later. So, and to my knowledge, I believe those are the only 2 directing credits that he has is 2 remakes. So, which aren't the worst things in the world, to be honest. This one is, of course, starring Crispin Glover as Willard. It's got Laura Herring in here, Mr. Martin is played by Arlie Emery. He does a great job as Mr. Martin in this film too. So, alrighty, so guys, if you didn't catch day 2, and you don't know the plot of this film, I guess I'll go through it again because it's the exact same. But, anyways, it's basically about Willard, your character Willard here. He's in a dead end job. He's a loner. He lives alone with his mom and his dying, sick mom. And of course he works for, Stills and Martin. It's a company that his deceased father had started. It was taken over by Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin fucking hates Willard. He thinks he's an outcast. He thinks he's, he shouldn't even be there. And the only reason why Willard even works there, or still has a job, is because he had promised his mother that as long as she was alive that he would still have a job and stuff. So, he knows this too, and he really doesn't want to be there either, but, he can't really quit the job because he's got to pay the bills and stuff, right? So, so Willard is a loner, and, basically, he comes across some rats in his house. He befriends one, and he names it Socrates, and then he finds a leader of the pack, and he names that one Ben. Socrates is like his best friend. Ben is like the leader. He basically has like this telepathic kind of power with them, and he teaches them, how to, to fuck shit up and, do things for him, and, stuff like that. So, basically what ends up happening is Willard's mother ends up dying in the film, and, Mr. Martin, of course, he doesn't have to uphold his promise to his mother anymore of having Willard, keep his job at the factory and stuff. So he basically, kind of ends up firing Willard and whatnot, and Willard obviously takes mad offense to that, and goes on a fucking rampage. So it's kind of like a revenge film in a way. So so that's the whole plot and synopsis of the film. Basically the exact same thing as the 1971 film. Now my thoughts on this one. This is a really, really good remake. This is a real, true kind of remake. Like, all the characters are the same names. Even the rats are named the same. Socrates, Ben. There is an interesting kind of almost like comic relief in this film with Crispin Glover's mother in the film. She kind of tells him that Willard is a bad name and that she wants to rename him Clark. I thought that was funny. And then she starts calling him Clark up until the point that she dies in the film. I thought that was kind of a quirky little insert into the film. But overall, this film is very, very much almost a shot-for-shot remake. The scenes are very similar, a little more well done in my opinion in this film. A little more bloody with a couple of the scenes and stuff, but, they don't really add a whole lot into the film, except for the ending is different in this one. I've noticed that in a lot of remakes that they do tend to change the ending quite a bit. I don't know really how I feel if I enjoy the original ending, like from the 1971 film, or this one. With the ending of this film, I guess you could take it more places and stuff, but I don't know. But overall, Crispin Glover does a great job acting in this film. I think his acting is brilliant, actually. He really pulls off kind of the loner, kind of creepy guy. He does a really good job. Sometimes his acting is kind of over the top in it, but it really does work. I think it's a really well done performance. Like most of Crispin Glover's performances, really, he just does a really good job in it. He's very believable. I do like the fact that they spent a lot more time in this film kind of showing him and his developing a relationship with the rats and stuff, and how he kind of, you know, develops their trust, and how he teaches them, and, you know, makes them do things and stuff. There's actually a scene in this film that wasn't in the original one where he actually has the rat kind of chew through Mr. Martin's garage door, and, you know, chew through his tires and stuff. I believe that wasn't in the first film. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that was in the first film. But yeah, it's so bad. I just watched it like 5 days ago. But no, I really enjoyed that scene. There's a very, very awesome scene in this film involving the original, you know, song from Ben. It's basically about, if you've seen the original film, in the original film, his not girlfriend, but a girl he works with tries to give him a cat, and this one he kind of has to accept it. Anyways, the cat's in the house, and the cat jumps up on the sofa chair or whatever, and presses play on the TV remote, and it comes up as easy listening, and it's actually the theme song from Ben, the sequel to Willard, that came out in 1972. I thought that was a really cool touch to the film, and you know, little differences like that, but overall the film is very much the exact same, very enjoyable. I think this is actually a really, really well done remake. So, in my opinion, it's definitely worth checking out. You know, if you've never seen this film, and if you've only ever seen this film, you know, check out the original one, kind of compare them. But they're both good films. But in my personal opinion, I think that Crispin Glover is a better Willard than, I can't remember the guy's name. It escapes me right now from the first film. But I think he has a better performance. I think he's just more believable. I think the other guy was a little too almost likable. He didn't seem as, not creepy, but he didn't seem as much of a loner as Willard. You know, the scenes with Mr. Martin in this film, you can really feel the emotion and the pain that he's really trying to exert, and he's really, really fucking pissed off in the scene. And, you know, the scene with Socrates too, you really see it. Like, it actually is very convincing that, you know, Crispin Glover's actually crying in those scenes. It's pretty wild. But yeah, very good film. If I had to rate this one, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really well done remake. And like I said before, it's like a true remake. You know, it's almost shot for shot, but it really does work, though. With the exception of the ending, it's very much the same film. Yeah, R. Lee Emery, the guy that plays Mr. Martin, everybody knows who he is, but he does a fantastic job. Of course, in this film, you know, the language is a little more hyped up. You know, there's a little more curse words in this one and stuff, but it's not much, you know, really. Still a, you know, PG-13 level type film, but very enjoyable. Check out Willard from 2003. It's an awesome film. And actually, this edition here has a lot of special features. I haven't watched any of them, but it has like a bunch of deleted scenes, commentary with Crispin Glover and R. Lee Emery, and a bunch of other shit on here too, which is really fucking cool. So, but yeah, I do recommend this. Very, very fucking awesome remake. So, anyways, guys, that is Willard from 2003. A very awesome sequel, and I will be back with Day 7, the conclusion to Killer Rats Week Part 2, the Squeakel, is what I entitled it. It's so fucking bad. It's cheesy and it's fun. Yeah, whatever. Check this out, guys. It's a fun film. Alright, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with Day 7. Peace out, homies.